When most of us think of maple syrup, we think of the state of Vermont, or maybe even Canada. But you can find some maple goodness made right here in Connecticut. That's why we're paying a visit to Brookside Farm II in Litchfield, where it's prime time for turning sap into syrup. How did you get into making maple syrup?
I married my husband. I didn't have any idea that we would be making maple syrup at all, but he grew up in way upstate New York, like 16 miles from the Canadian border, and his grandparents owned a sugar bush. Did it all by horse and sled, and so apparently it was in his blood, and when he was a little kid he can remember going there and doing it. And then when we bought this farm, he said, "Oh, they're maple trees," decided he wanted to do it.
On a worldwide basis, there are 160 varieties of maple trees. 90 are native to North America, and only one, the Acer sacrum, the sugar maple, it's the one tree that produces the sap that makes the maple syrup that we all know and love.
And how much sap would make, say, like 1 jug of syrup?
The general rule of thumb is 40 to 1. 40 gallons of sap makes 1 gallon of syrup.
What affects how much comes out of a tree?
You're basically wounding the tree. Out of that hole will come sap because the wound it's bleeding sap, if you will. Cold nights, it stops flowing up the tree. During the day it starts, but in warm days, because of the air pressure change outside faster than inside the tree, it's forcing sap out that hole as the sap moves forward or by it up the tree.
How do you know when it's time to tap a tree?
Well, it varies, but in Connecticut it's usually around the 1st of February, and it's about an 8-week season.
There's the light-colored syrup, there's dark-colored syrup. Explain this whole grading system.
Okay. The standard of identity of syrup, regardless of what color it is determined by its density. There really are different flavors associated with each of the grades. And depending on how sensitive your palate is, you can really discriminate between them. There are 4 grades. They go from lightest to darkest. They are grade A light, grade A medium, grade A dark, and grade B. Okay. The difference in the flavor and the color is how much sugar there is in the sap before you start. The higher the sugar in the sap, the less long you have to cook it for it to be syrup.
So this is where it all happens.
Right, this is what's called the evaporator. And basically we're taking the sap and we're boiling it in this device to take it and make it into maple syrup. And the basic concept of making maple syrup hasn't changed since the Native Americans did it 5,000 years ago, but the technology within those principles has advanced big time. In my case, I have a computer that's actually controlling the evaporator, and it understands when the syrup is syrup. The temperature of the syrup at that point, when it is syrup, is 7.5 degrees above the boiling point of water. The sap comes in at that level, or that end, and it's pure sap. It's come through in a serpentine fashion from up there down to the flue pan, through the flue pan, then into here, and then right here, it's almost syrup.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you to stick your finger in here.
Okay.
Now see what you think that's syrup. Pretty close, huh?
Yeah.
The Maple Syrup Producers Association of Connecticut got a grant through the state of Connecticut Department of Agriculture from the USDA to market Connecticut syrup. And we suggested that maybe it would be a good idea to have a Maple Connecticut syrup sampler pack.
Not just from Vermont.
Exactly, made in Connecticut. It's got the Connecticut grown symbol on it.
I think seeing firsthand the amount of hard work that goes into producing maple syrup makes the end result that much more sweet. Many local maple sugar houses welcome visitors, so be on the lookout for one near you. Now let's get in the kitchen to do more with maple syrup than pour it over our pancakes.